Back home now, yesterday, the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital opened its doors to the newly upgraded state-of-the-art emergency centre. This in yet another effort to bring quality and effective health care to children in the country. Chantel Cooper is the CEO of the Children's Hospital Trust and joins us now. A very good day to you, Chantel. Chantel, it hasn't been since the late President Nelson Mandela's time that children have been prioritized in our national discourse. Why do you think this has been the case?
It's a very good question. And I think that's why the Red Cross Children's Hospital is there to remind everybody around the importance of children. I think in the last 2 years during the COVID-19 pandemic, children's voices were often lost during the pandemic and the focus was on adults. And I think the emergency centre and the opening yesterday was just a reminder of how children were affected, but it also was a reminder of the impact that adults have on children too.
Yeah. Let's remind our viewers about the work of the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital and why it's an important institution.
So the Red Cross Children's Hospital is based in Cape Town, but serves children across the Western Cape Province, across South Africa, but also Sub-Saharan Africa, as Red Cross Children's Hospital works in partnership with UCT. So it's a phenomenal teaching hospital where pediatricians from Africa also spend time in the hospital, and the focus is on pediatric healthcare. The emergency centre in particular is the only pediatric emergency centre in Sub-Saharan Africa, and they provide emergency care for around 45,000 children a year. Of those 45,000, 53% of those children are younger than 5 years old. And it covers medical and trauma emergency care. So it really is a truly phenomenal place. And I always say that the Red Cross Children's Hospital is so much more than a building. It really is about the people inside, because the focus is not only on the child, it's about ensuring that the child and the family receives the care when they enter through the doors.
Yeah, let's just talk about the event yesterday. What's the significance thereof?
So yesterday was almost a celebration of 3 years of raising 122 million to upgrade and expand the emergency centre. And 2 of those 3 years was raising funds through a COVID-19 pandemic. And so it's just, yesterday was an opportunity to recognise the staff in the emergency centre who are on the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic and worked in a construction site during those 2 years. So an incredible team of people in the emergency centre. But it was also an opportunity to thank all the donors who contributed the 122 million to ensure that we could upgrade and expand the emergency centre.
So tell us, going forward, how will all of this benefit child health care?
Well, I mentioned the 45,000 children, but I think if we look at what the emergency centre was before the upgrade, it really was a tiny space. It was very hard for paramedics to navigate critically ill and injured children through the busy emergency centre. Now we have a far larger space with specialised units. So as children come in, if there's now a specialised burns unit, there's a child protection room, there's a decontamination room, but also just as importantly, there are bigger spaces for the medical teams and the trauma teams, particularly in the code red sections. They have space to provide the best care possible. What we also wanted to ensure that because we're a children's hospital, that it's not a scary place to be, because you can imagine as a parent, as you're coming into the emergency centre, you're frightened, a child is frightened. So we wanted to ensure that it was bright, it was friendly. There's distractions for children as they come in terms of bright murals, but also that the families feel safe, that they feel that they're in the right place where the children are going to receive their best care possible. So it really is it's about the patients, the children, it's about their families, but it was also ensuring that the staff have what they need from a technology, from an equipment point of view, to ensure that they have what they need to save the lives of every child that comes through their doors.
Let's commend you for the amazing work, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody who supported us. It really was a community to get us to this point.
Awesome. Chantel Cooper, CEO of the Children's Hospital Trust.